Konnichiwa. Welcome to today's video and welcome to the sideline. Today we are going to talk about a review of Chelsea versus Fulham. It's actually Fulham versus Chelsea over the weekend, and I must say it was a very, very nervy game for us, and especially for me, because I don't know, I felt like we could have done better in the game. Right from the get-go, we had this thing where we couldn't string passes together, which made the game very, very terrible for us in the beginning, because the players were not able to interchange passes without missing one or two of them, which is very bad in a game like that. We need to be able to keep the passes flowing, especially with the midfield that we had. I mean, Jorginho is supposed to be the master of the fluid play. That is exactly why he was bought. But we couldn't do that, and then he couldn't show the defense either. I think that's why Lams decided to take him off and change the whole game. In fact, in the end, we had to end up with Mount and Kovac at the back, shielding the defense. And I think it worked pretty well, because when Mount and Kovac came back, we had like two players shielding our defense instead of one. And these two players are both players that are very, very aggressive and very, very strong defensively, and are able to run at players. So I think it was very good. And so I'll go into my best five points in the game, or the best 5 points that I took from the game. So the first one was our defensive play. In the beginning, we had very, very scary balls coming into our half, and I was expecting us to have a very narrow defense. You know, when we are in defense, the ball comes at us, and we realize that on the wings, Chilwell has moved towards the centre back. Aspi has also moved towards the centre back, and then there's a very large space on the sideline, which allows players to freely move around there and attack us with whatever they have, which was very, very scary for me. And I think we could do better there. We should stay out wide, and anytime we are being attacked, the midfield three should fall back a little to help the defense. When the midfield three falls back, it gives us 6 players defending instead of the usual 5, which means even the player playing as a 10, which was Mount in this case, could even decide to stay ahead and then leave it to Jorginho and Kovacic to do the defending. I don't know, but I felt like in this game we were more of attacking minded. Although we didn't allow Fulham to have all the freedom that they wanted to have, in the beginning it was a bit scary. That ball that allowed that striker guy, what's his name? He had a free shot, which he hit it over the crossbar. I mean, as a striker, that ball should, go in, but I don't know how he hit that ball. It went over the crossbar. But in all, I think the defense did very well. I'll give them 6 out of 10. Let's go into the middle. In the middle, I think we did very well. There was this 1 or 2 scenarios where we had a very huge gap between the defense and the midfield, but we never really had a problem with the distance between the midfield and then the attackers. It was almost like the midfielders always wanted to attack. So immediately we get the ball, the Kovac and Mount start moving, leaving only Jorginho behind, with our wing backs also advancing. Now, when our left back and our right back move, we are left with only 2 defenders. That is Rudy and then Thiago. When they move, leaving Rudy and Thiago behind, that leaves no option for Jorginho to advance. Because if he also advances, you'll be left with only 2 players, which will be very dangerous for a counter-attack defense. And I think in this case, in this match, the players did very well. I don't know if it's because Fulham has not been bad too, but I think the midfielders were very strong and very compact. They there are a lot of moments in the game where I felt Mason Mount, chasing the ball down, hunting the players down, and trying to clamp on them and then get the ball out of them, which is something that I love so much from Mount. Anytime that Mount is in a game, what he does is to chase down the ball. He will chase down the player. And he's a very young boy, but he's very strong. And he doesn't leave anything to chance. And I think he did very well. Personally, I think he was my man of the match. He was not only the ball that hit the crossbar, his shot that hit the crossbar, but he was also very, very good in all in the gameplay. He gave the great passes. He defended very well as a midfielder. I mean, in every game that we play, I think we play a formation where one player is playing as a 10, one is playing as a central midfielder, one as an attacking midfielder, and one as a defensive midfielder. And in this game, we played Jogi as the defensive midfielder, Kovac as the central, and Mount as the attacking. And I think that is basically every time Mount plays without Kai Havertz, that is the formation or the instruction that they use. Mount is always supposed to be advancing. He always moves because he is very good with the shots. I think in our midfield, taking into account Kante, Kovac, Billy Gilmore, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, I think Mount is the only player that is able to take very dangerous shots for us, and that is exactly why Lams prefers him playing a lot, because if he doesn't play, we end up having 0 shots from our midfielders. And yesterday, I think his shot went in, and that was very, very wonderful for us, and actually end us the 3 points to close the gap towards the top 4. And Leicester is next. My God. Okay, so let's go into our attacking. That is point number 3. So in our attacking, we did very well, but I didn't see much balls from Pulisic as I wanted to. I think Pulisic had a very average game today. He was not as good as I expected him to be, and he kept losing the balls and making these runs where, there is this thing that Chelsea does. Every time we run a ball to the edge of the box or to the corner of the pitch, we keep crossing the ball to the first pole. The first pole of the goalpost is where we cross the ball to, which is absolutely wrong. In a game, when you take the ball that far to the goal line, and then you cross the ball to the first pole, the ball is easily shielded and taken out of the 18-yard box. So I was preferring that they would cross the ball diagonally backwards. That way, any advancing player can easily and directly control the ball into the goalpost, giving us a goal. And we keep doing this thing where Chilwell does very well. Sometimes he tries to raise the ball. If you raise the ball, it is better than to cross it on the ground and then take it to the first pole. That way, it makes it very easy for the goalkeeper or the defender to clear the ball and then get the ball out of there. So I think in attack, we did very well. Pulisic kept moving, trying to get the ball into the box and some 1-2 touches. Our 1-2 play is very bad. We cannot even have any 1-2 play. When a player passes the ball, the only player that was able to give a 1-2 pass was Giroud. And players are unable to read his movements. That ends up ruining all our 1-2 plays, because you give the ball to him and then he quickly passes the ball back to you in an advanced position, but then you realize that the players are not even there yet. That is very bad. The only player that was able to read Giroud's 1-2 play the way that I wanted him to was Hazard, and you don't have him anymore. So yeah, and on the right side, I think Ziyech also did very well. He controlled his balls. He supported the defense, which is something that I don't support. But he supported the defense, and he got those diagonal passes through. Now, every time as a Chelsea player, I expect that every time Ziyech gets the ball, he would run to the pole, to the last pole, because he's going to give that diagonal pass. That is how Hudson got his goal against Morecambe, because Immediately Ziyech got the ball, he knew that this guy would give that diagonal pass. And then he made a run through, got the ball, took a shot, and it was a goal. That was exactly what I was expecting Pulisic to do. But he couldn't do that, and that cost us a lot of goals. But all in all, we did very well. We took a lot of shots, and we had a few of them on target. So I think, yeah. Also, the goalkeeper of the Fulham's goalkeeper, also Areola, he did very well. He shielded his goal post very well, and I think he's one of the reasons why Fulham have been able to maintain this kind of form up to this point. So we would give him a very big thumbs up there. And then the fourth point is our tactical play. I think our tactical play was good today. We were able to defend information and attack information. But then I would expect that going forward, we would try to link up the midfield and then the defense better. Because there were a lot of occasions where Thiago would pass to Rudy and then would realize that there's no midfielder to take the ball and advance. And then they have to go to, the only option they have is to go to either Aspi or Chilwell, which is very, very dangerous, in my opinion. So I think going forward, whoever plays, I think Billy Gilmore will play the next game, and he needs to stay with the defense. Anytime the defense get the ball, they pass the ball to each other. 2-3 passes, give it to the midfielder for him to push the ball forward. And I think that is what I'm expecting in the next game. And then the last point was substitution. I think Lampard admitted at the end of the game that he should have started Odoi. So I think I'll be expecting him to start Odoi in the next game. And when he came on, he made a statement with his feet. He said, "I deserve to start." Look at those romantic passes. My goodness me. I was watching the game and I was like, why is this guy not in the game? Why did he not start? What did he do? But I was very happy that he made that statement loud and clear, and I think Lampard will be starting him in the next game. So yeah, this is where I would end this video for today. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This channel, we just do listening. So thank you very much for listening. If you had anything that you would also like for us or to see, please comment down there and like this video and subscribe. Let's try to get this video to 10 likes and 100 views, please. I'll see you in the preview for the next game, that is against Leicester. All right. Sayonara.